This is not a wind project like any other that I know of that's been proposed. This wind farm would actually save a mountain. We don't have a choice between our view shed here and turbines. We have a choice between the mountain being blown apart and destroyed and everything else, you know, that goes along with it being destroyed, or erecting a windmill farm. And if we're successful with this, and I believe we will be, we can actually save the mountains. And in saving the mountains, we will also save the wildlife and the vegetation and a very, very big chunk of the Appalachian culture. There are a lot of people here who spend a lot of time living off the land. They gather ginseng. I know people who for generations have spent the fall gathering ginseng and selling that, and that would be the money that they would buy the Christmas presents for their families with, the money that they made off of ginseng. Ginseng, of course, is at its highest priced ever right now. Berries, the fruit, the vegetation, I mean, the timber, the wood to heat your home with. There's a lot of things in these mountains that we can live off of, that we for generations have survived on. I remember when I was a little girl, my daddy would put his gun over his shoulder and take off into the woods, and whatever he came back carrying was what we had for dinner that evening. And with the destruction of mountaintop removal, all of that's destroyed. You know, not just the vegetation and the wildlife, but a whole way of life, a whole Appalachian culture is destroyed with that. If Massey Energy is allowed to pursue the 6,600 acres of mountaintop mining that they have planned, everything that I have here is at risk. This is the home we shared, and I don't think anybody has the right to drive us out of it. And I am just one. This is just one family of many, many families in southern West Virginia that could be driven from their homes. I believe we all have a right to do whatever we want on our own property as long as it doesn't affect our neighbor. The problem is they can't do mountaintop removal without having a negative impact on my life, a negative impact on everything that surrounds me, the peace, the wildlife, the water, the cemetery. And like I said, I'm just one of many, many people in southern West Virginia that our government allows the coal companies to do this to destroy everything that we have. And there's something very, very wrong with that. And it needs to change.